Steak looks like the perfect steak on this recipe card. Is this some kind of new map? Home Chef. Meals anyone can
Don't I have
cook.
to open Twitch
Get $30
to like?
off your first
What
order.
if someone says something?
This is Vicky. Vicky might not look like a crime-fighting superhero.
Well, what ring she is. Tell us how you did it, Vicky.
Okay. I was home alone at night when I got an alert from Ring there was somebody at my front door. Then I saw this guy, and I said, "Hey, you! Get off my property!"
Then Vicky shared that video with her neighbors.
You're live!
It was easy, really.
I don't believe it.
Typical superhero.
Be like Vicky. Protect your home.
Tell me when you're loading
with a
it.
Ring
I'll
video
help
photo.
you, man.
Get yours at ring.com.
Say what's up, everybody!
CNN Hero of the Year.
What's up, everybody?
CNNheroes.com.
Listen to CNN Live.
You can't tell them that or we'll get demonetized.
Alright.
10 years. Whoa, this was
Boy, no way.
Bitcoin's 10-year birthday was just a couple days ago. That means Bitcoin and Barack were
10 years ago tonight,
born on the same day.
2008, that Barack Obama
Yep.
was elected the 44th president of the United States.
Hey, I got a
Making
notification.
history as
Hongmoon
the
Dude is
first
live.
African-American to hold that office. Back with me now, my political dream team. I'm not going to name all of you.
We did sure.
Yeah, I was in Grant Park that night, and you know, we thought like it was going to change, especially when it comes to racism. Not that racism.
Racisms.
But at least the country would be on a trajectory
I
towards.
put in your comments.
to
Oh my
become
god,
a
you're my
country
fave
that's
YouTuber.
And
You're damn right
this is
I
a
am.
continuation of our conversation that we're having plus this. What do you think?
Don't you forget
I
it.
think that folks that thought it was going to change with Barack Obama.
I'm also the
President
greatest
Obama,
YouTuber ever.
Ignored the fact that
Who are
the
you gonna play as?
have had a real conversation about race in this country. And to Bacardi's point, the one of the very few things that Donald Trump has done is force us to have that conversation. Like, I do not remember in my short 28 years on this world where I have seen people sit on cable news and discuss white terrorism, domestic terrorism, white supremacist ideology. And that's a conversation we have to have. And it's unfortunate that Donald Trump, who started his political career with the racist birther theory, i.e. trafficking in white supremacist ideology. But it's unfortunate that other folks are not being held accountable for supporting and holding up what the president is currently doing. It's not just Donald Trump we have to call out. Republicans who sit on Capitol Hill, operatives that carry the president's message, not
For sure. And Charlie retired. He's don't push him on that.
But that is real. Like, so when the president is stoking the fears of folks that have this, I think we call this racial anxiety. That's just fear of black and brown people. But when the president is stoking those fears, and then you have operatives and candidates and congressional members of Congress to go out and run ads on them. This tactic and this bigotry and these lies and this racism
Hi, YouTube.
of the country, they are too to blame, and they're also complicit. And unless we start calling white supremacy how we see it, which is an ideology that believes that whiteness is above all, that believes in this idea of white culture, when the president is talking about these immigrants are destroying our culture, he is talking about white supremacist ideology. We are not only on we're not on a dangerous slippery slope, we've fallen. And we have to call it out when we see it and address it and combat it. And I'm just waiting on some folks to step up.
Well, there's Don Jr. tweeting about Angus King is calling him a fake independent who votes with Schumer 88% of the time. Angus wants to repopulate Maine with Syrian and Somalian refugees. And then he says support Senator Blakey, who fights for secure borders and better jobs in Maine. And then I just want to play this. This is the Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, at a campaign event for Republican Ron DeSantis, who's running for governor. Watch this.
Public policy matters. Leadership matters. And that's why this election is so hot, thick, and important for the state of Florida. I hope you all don't mess it up.
So he's running against Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, who will become Florida's first.
Having some troubles with the stream right now.
Is that an acceptable
It doesn't work.
explanation?
Oh, I see it now. But I don't see you anymore.
We gotta put you on top.
Same thing with DeSantis, monkeying Kellyanne Conway talking about America first after Pittsburgh. Not good words. I can't speak to their motivations or their state of mind, but they should know better. They're elected officials. They know what's going on in Georgia.
Can I just I just want to throw
it quick because I gotta get to
yes, very quickly. I do think you don't know their motivation. That's fair enough. But the one thing I will say is you didn't mention. We talked about it earlier on this here, which is I'm still looking for a reasonable explanation for why Donald Trump at a rally says Barack, pause, H. Well, I'm an explanation that's not the explanation that makes sense to me, which is like, wink, wink, you know what we're talking about, people. Like, I don't, why else do you do that? You're right, you can't know that he just did somebody just choose those words, but Donald Trump, who has trafficked in this stuff repeatedly, both in his private life, in his business life, and in his political life, what explanation other than playing on racial otherness, what is there another explanation?
That is the,
that's it.
Yeah, there's no other explanation.
But just, we were talking about this like they didn't choose their words wisely. I think they chose their words exactly the way they wanted.
Right, hold that thought. Stay with me, because I want to talk about the president's disturbing pattern of not only attacking prominent black Americans, but attacking them by questioning their intelligence.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence, covering virtually every part of your finance business. And so if someone tries to breach your firewall in London and you start to panic, don't. Because your CTO says we've got allies on the outside and security algorithms on the inside. And that way you can focus on expanding into Eastern Europe. And that makes the branch managers happy, and yes, that's the branch managers happy. AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence. It can do so much for your business, the list goes on and on. That's the power of and. And when this happens, you'll know how... Infallible Pro Matte Long Wear Foundation by L'Oreal. Matte without the flat. Up to 24 hours. Resists sweat, heat, humidity. Now available in even more shades. Infallible Pro Matte Foundation by L'Oreal Paris.
This holiday season, find great gifts for the musician in your life. Get select 2019 Gibson Les Paul guitars, 10% off. Or select Ernie Ball acoustic strings, buy 2, get 1 free. Give the gift of music from Guitar Center.
Hiring? It's a big deal. Finding the right candidates can take up lots of your time and energy. But not on Indeed. Millions of great people are using Indeed every single day. People with every possible combination of skill and experience. And with filters to help you find them faster, whatever type of candidates you're looking for, you'll find them on Indeed. Accelerate your hiring even more with a $50 credit to start your first job post with premium placement on Indeed.
We use Angie's List because we can always find great local pros.
For any type of home project.
I use Angie's List if I need to find a plumber,
An electrician.
a painter.
I always use Angie's List because it's free.
It's free for me to read reviews written by real customers.
We can check their reputation to make sure they do quality work. And now, to save time, Angie's List can actually match my project to a few qualified pros who can do the job.
To get the most reviews from real customers, all for free, go to angieslist.com today.
Meet the Ninja Foodie, the pressure cooker that crisps. It's the best in pressure cooking and air frying all in one. With Tender Crisp technology, food will be juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside. The Ninja Foodie, the pressure cooker that crisps.
I'm a musician about to embark on a concert tour.
It's your job to get down to all his tour dates on time.
It's good money. In a divided nation.
In the Deep South, there's new problems.
Get your hands off!
You never win with violence, Tony.
His music broke barriers.
Where'd you learn how to play like that?
My mother, as soon as I can walk. You're unbelievable.
And inspired an unexpected friendship.
What do we do about the bone? We'll do this.
Green Book, rated PG-13, this Thanksgiving.
Coaching means making tough choices. But when you have high blood pressure and need cold medicine that works fast, the choice is simple. Coraceed HBP is the #1 brand that gives powerful cold symptom relief without raising your blood pressure. Coraceed HBP.
Applebee's new neighborhood pastas. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. Imagine being able to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. Sandals, more quality inclusions than any other resorts on the planet. Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
A moment of joy, a source of inspiration, an act of kindness, an old friend, a new beginning. a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
So is President Trump trying to reach out to white Americans by constantly ridiculing black Americans? And will that backfire on the GOP? Back with my dream team now. I want to take a look at President Trump's history of ridiculing the intelligence of prominent black people.
She is not qualified to be the governor of Georgia. Not qualified. Obama was a patsy for Russia. He was a total patsy. Look at the statement he made when he thought the mics were turned off, okay? The stupid statement he made.
Do you feel betrayed by Omarosa, sir?
Low life. She's a low life.
She is a low IQ individual, Maxine Waters. I said it the other day. I mean, honestly, she's somewhere in the mid-60s, I believe her.
So, Bakari, he also tweeted about, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, who's running for governor of Florida, by calling him, this is quoted, he? What do you think that says about how he feels about us, the way he speaks about people of color?
So, I feel like I've echoed this a lot, and Andrew Gillum and Stacey Abrams are both extremely qualified. Andrew Gillum's been a county city commissioner, mayor of a major city, capital city in Florida, has a great education from the Florida A&M University. Stacey Abrams has been a minority leader, has worked across party lines. She's done all the things necessary. So I think that that's absurd. But I'm sitting back because, you know, Don, one of these issues, and we talk about race, and I think it's you, myself, and are very loud in this issue of race, but in order for us to make any progress, I mean, there have to be people on this panel who don't look like me or Simone who are able to call out this rhetoric for what it is.
Well, two things. First of all, the president is an equal opportunity insulter, so I think it's very taking some of the African Americans he said nasty things about. There's plenty of white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and others that he
calls low IQ.
Yeah, absolutely. That he creates nicknames for them, he attacks them. That is a part of what he does. Those are his political opponents. And so to say that he's criticizing, Barack Obama was the previous president of the United States, and they're criticizing each other.
But I think one of the things.
Hang on, Bakari, let me finish. Let me finish this. Secondly, just for the record, I work for Ron Stanton, okay? The reason why he shouldn't use the word thief, but Andrew Gillum has been under FBI investigation, did take a ticket from an undercover FBI agent and then lied about it. So a part of the Florida campaign is this guy being truthful? Has he been a part of corruption? There's a massive corruption investigation in Tallahassee.
Not under
and the president's talking about it.
Not under FBI investigation.
Trump is under FBI investigation, and if you would have kicked Donald Trump in the rear end, you'd break the back of DeSantis' head. She'd go up to the president that much. So it's just like, you've got a problem with somebody under FBI investigation. Wait till she hears about Donald Trump.
Paul, don't call it a racist fact. He's talking about someone who's under investigation and calling them someone who could be a criminal. He could be a criminal.
This is the problem. This is the problem. One of the things.
Wait, no!
He cannot be a criminal.
He accepted a ticket from an undercover FBI agent and that's illegal. That's illegal.
He is not an FBI investigation, but the fact of the matter is, why let's just be frank. Why do black people always have to see the low IQ? Why are we always allude? Can we allude to the fact that a white person is a thief for a hot second? Donald Trump is a criminal who is racist, killing, pardon me, I'm not being racist. That was an analogy that America knows. If we want to talk, the problem is the language, and we cannot avoid the language that we use with the history and the fact that race is a part of what's happening here. And if we ignore the fact that race is a part of our politics, if we try to be colorblind and we look past it, we do not get to the root.
No, and I actually agree with you on that. And I was chief of staff at the RNC when the Growth and Opportunity Report came in. We really focused on increasing the party's message to minority communities, hired minority staff across the country. I understand what our party faces challenges on that. But the Democrats do a disservice when they weaponize race in every single form or fashion. Every now and then,
we live with it every day. How do you weaponize it? You don't even understand the fact.
But you're saying you can have a conversation. We try to have a conversation. You weaponize those kinds of comments.
Can I go on quickly?
I have to get to the break. I'm sorry. This is a great conversation.
You have to understand that low IQ is a trope that's been around for a long time. People have been calling us ignorant. People have been calling us man-tan and sleeping and bamboozled and all these other things. And so when you say somebody is low IQ, we're not weaponizing language. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that
This has been a trope used against our people for a long period of time. So criticize Andrew for not being as handsome as Bakari Salazar. His policies aren't what they need to be. But when you call him low IQ, I think that's my answer. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't give you the second one.
America's Choice 2018 is brought to you by the American Petroleum Institute. Learn more at powerpassimpossible.org.
Well, I'm not doing very good, but my team's doing really good.
We'll do better. Let's go someone.
Today's fluctuating interest rates can increase your anxiety when buying a new home. That's why Quicken Loans created our new exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops. Either way, you win. It's the kind of thinking you'd expect from America's largest mortgage lender. If you're thinking about buying a home,
they have an
call
AFK
Quicken
too.
Loans or go to rocketmortgage.com today.
Life doesn't give you many second chances. But a Subaru can.
You guys okay?
You ready?
Eyesight with pre-collision braking. Standard on the Subaru Ascent. Presenting the all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Sometimes a day at the ballpark is more than just a day at the ballpark.
All military members demand to be recognized.
No matter where or when you served, T-Mobile stands ready to serve you.
Check out this. Cool.
Enjoy your ride.
Explore more with a guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout at over 1,000 fine hotels and resorts. It's another way we've got your back. The Platinum Card from American Express. Don't live life without it.
A country divided, a critical election, a crucial question. Who will win the chance to shape America's future? The stakes could not be higher, and the only place to watch is CNN. Election Night in America. Special live coverage starts Tuesday at 5 on CNN.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, no wandering the car lot. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
I'm not ready to lose my hair. Not now. But I never thought there was a real solution. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way to keep my hair. And I can get my treatment without leaving the couch. Go to Keeps.com to learn more.
How do you feel when someone is looking over your shoulder? Not all snoopers can be seen. Cyber criminals can steal your sensitive information. Hackers can intercept your data on public Wi-Fi. But not with the NordVPN app. It helps protect your privacy by encrypting your online data. And it's so easy to use. NordVPN, your shield from online snoopers. Download and enjoy trusted internet security and privacy. Hey, you. Your Warby Parker glasses are waiting for you at home.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Closed captioning brought to you by Christian Faith Publishing. Tell your story and get your book published today. Are you a Christian author with a book that you're ready to share with the world? Get published now. Call for your free publisher kit today.
1-800-455-1827.
This is CNN Tonight. I'm Don Lemon. 2 presidents, 1 former, 1 current, out on the campaign trail in the final days before Tuesday's midterms. Men and their messages could not be more different.
How about that caravan? Do you want to let that caravan just pour in? I don't think so.
It shouldn't be Democratic or Republican to say it's wrong to spend all your time vilifying folks and calling them enemies of the people, and then when bad things happen, suddenly you're concerned with civility.
President Trump is using fear, xenophobic rhetoric, and blatant lies about Democrats and immigrants. Former President Barack Obama is saying this election is about the character of our nation. Early voting turnout has been extraordinary so far. And as of now, polls seem to show that Democrats are on track to gain a House majority, while Republicans will keep control of the Senate. But don't let anybody tell you that this race is in the bag. You don't know. That's what they're saying. We shall see. CNN's Boris Sanchez is in Chattanooga, where President Trump had a rally today, and Ryan Young is in Chicago, where the former President Barack Obama was campaigning. Good evening to both of you gentlemen. Boris, we're going to start with you. What was President Trump focusing on tonight in Tennessee, and how much of it was true?
Hey there, Don. Yeah, tonight we saw an unusual speech from President Trump. He only spoke for about 50 minutes. He usually goes well over an hour, and he mostly stuck to the script. It didn't seem like he was ad-libbing very much as he usually does. Also notable, the president talked about the economy almost as much as he talked about immigration. That's important. Just last night at another rally I attended in Pensacola, Florida, the president was chafing at criticism from some commentators that he spends too much time on immigration and not enough talking about positive job numbers and a strong stock market, etc. No surprise, though, the president did get into immigration. Of course, he's here campaigning for Representative Marsha Blackburn. She's trying to take Senator Bob Corker's seat as he retires. She's running to the right of Corker, and she's got a hardline stance on immigration. So, of course, the president talked about the caravan tonight, and again, chafed at criticism over his mischaracterization of migrants in that caravan. Listen to this.
They want to impose socialism on our country. And they want to erase America's borders.
Yay, Miami wins.
Want to invite caravan after caravan
of
illegal aliens to pour into our country? I don't think so. No nation can allow its borders to be overrun. And that's an invasion. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the fake media says. That's an invasion of our country.
Now, Don, our cameras have been there. Our reporters have actually spoken with these people. You've heard it, but it bears repeating.
Oh my God, 22 people are watching.
Political and economic turmoil in their own country.
Just kidding, it's just me.
They're looking for the jobs that almost no one else wants. They're looking to pick fruit. They're looking to do hard labor. They're looking to clean our homes. This is not an invading force.
Name review. Name review.
On a tangent, railing against the fake news media as he often does. I actually heard from one of his supporters saying that he was disappointed that the president didn't go there because he believes it's all part of the fun.
All right, Boris, stand by. I want to bring in Ryan now. Ryan, you were with President Obama in Chicago. What's the closing message for the midterm?
Wow, what a contrast in styles. Obviously, the former president came out punching, really trying to get that message out there where he thought it was about the values of our country. And the idea that someone voted to help save someone's life. He looked at the crowd and said, look, we need more women to run. We need more women to vote. We need people to get out there and help each other because this is about the values of the country. And you could really feel the idea that he was the closer. He was taking things on. In fact, he even mentioned the idea that the Chinese could be listening in on Donald Trump's cell phone at one point, getting the crowd to laugh. When he took off his jacket and seemed to roll up his sleeves and talk about the idea that Democrats had to do the hard work and mop things up, you could really see the crowd get behind it. You gotta remember, it was 10 years ago today that he was elected. So many people there were talking about the ideas of them being there at Grant Park and having those ideals and the shared values. They wanted to see something big. In fact, listen to the president talking about how the values matter and how what politicians say needs to count even more.
What we have not seen before, at least not in my lifetime, are politicians who are blatantly, repeatedly, boldly, shamelessly lying. Like up his down and black as life and just making stuff up. Literally advertising, spending millions of dollars advertising that you are doing something when you're doing the exact opposite.
John, I can really tell you the crowd was enjoying the former president sort of giving it to the nation in terms of having this conversation. You can see J.B. Pritzker, who was sitting behind him. He's running for governor. The race here is going to be one of the most expensive ever for a governor's race. Over $240 million has been spent here in the state as the governor's been trying to run. J.B. Pritzker looks like he's ahead of the
1 and 7.
founder, who at one point was at a Trump rally and didn't get on stage with the president. So a lot of people feel like that might be lined up.
He's the best league jungler there is.
They kept saying, take your friends, take your family members, go out and vote. You can see the different closing style and what he was hammering home in terms of the promise for this nation.
It's family night, right? Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Boris. I appreciate both of you. Now I want to bring in Harry Hinton with our forecast for Tuesday. And Harry, we're not talking about the weather, but something's good. So there's high voter turnout everywhere. So Harry, just 2 days ago, what is the latest forecast for the Senate, and also how is that Texas race shaping?
Sure. So for the Senate overall, we expect that Republicans may actually pick up a seat, right? They're at 51 now. We think they might end up with 52 seats. Of course, there's a margin of error with that. It could potentially be the case that Democrats actually pick up a seat. But of course, they need a net gain of 2. And in order to get that net gain of 2, they probably do need to win the Texas Senate race. And right now, Senator Texas is favored in that race to win by 6 percentage points. Look, errors do happen. It's plausible that Beto O'Rourke could win. But right now, if you're making a bet, you would bet on Cruz.
All right. All right, so let's talk about the House. Are you still predicting that the Democrats will take control?
I've appeared on your show how many times now in the last month, and every single time it's been basically the same number. I feel like we're going into reruns. Yes, the Democrats are favored to take back the House with 226 seats to the Republicans 209. Of course, you need 218 to maintain control. So Democrats are favored. It's all the Republicans to hold on, but it's also feels the last second district that I might actually be underestimating how well the Democrats
I'm not doing very good.
But right now we are.
I can blame it on the lag.
Will win control of the House of Representatives.
Even though I don't have it.
All right, Harry, hold your horses. We like having you on. Don't get defensive. All right, so let's talk about the 2 big governor races. What's happening in Georgia and Florida?
Yeah, so Georgia to me is one of the most fascinating races. I wouldn't be shocked if a week from now we're still talking about that race because you need a majority of the vote. Whoever has on Tuesday night needs a majority of votes to win outright. And right now, what I'm seeing in the polls suggests that no one will get that. Neither Republican Brian Kemp, who I think will finish first, nor Stacey Abrams, the Democrats. So both polls short of 50, which means a runoff in early December. And you know what? I love elections, so let's carry it on to another one.
Everybody who's sitting next to me, including Andrew, we're saying, well, you know, speak for yourself, not for us. Thank you, Harry. We appreciate it. Joining me now, the people I'm talking about this hour, Billy Rosen, Jeff Madden, Ron Lucas, Jared Setmeyer, Mark Preston, and Mike Shields. We would like to real. This is right. We don't want to go to this.
Only if Stacey wins.
Ryan, what's your reaction when you heard from Harry? How do you see things playing out?
Good. We've had one of the most controversial presidents in modern times, right? Most presidents, after 2 years, face a backlash against them, right? Our system is meant to sort of readjust, right? And so the only question for Tuesday is how big and deep is that backlash? And I think most of the evidence is going, you know, I don't want to make a prediction, but I think the Democrats, when they wake up on Wednesday, they're going to have to ask questions. How far into Trump's base, if at all, were they able to prove that, right? We know that there's a white-collar backlash against Trump, right? We know that the Democrats that are already loyal to the Democrats look like they're going to turn out in big numbers. But I think the key question is how big is it? Is this an election that's true weight, or is it just an election that is a moderate backlash against Trump, where the Democrats pick up 25 seats so that they win back the House, but that it just sort of reinforces the basis of both parties. And that's, those are 2 very different storylines coming out of this. So Democrats be confident in the word. How are you feeling?
I was walking in here tonight remembering how cocky I was in 2015 on your show. Remember that night before the election? And like, oh, Donald Trump lost this the day he talked about Mexicans being racist. And, that it was people of color and women going to come together and knock this guy down. So I am not confident at all because I'm too nervous to be confident. But I will say, we have to just understand this is not a campaign right now for Democrats or Republicans. This is a campaign for the independents. And in almost every district, it is registered independents who will make up the margin for victory in all of these states and in all of these houses. And, you know, independents broke the election of Donald Trump in 2016. Democrats, we need independents to break for us on Tuesday. Really, I think we are doing ourselves a disservice to consistently now talk about a country where we only have Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. You guys will get it. We have a whole show. So stick around with me, everyone. I want to talk about the high-profile governor's races in Florida and Georgia and some pretty ugly campaigns. But first, here's a message for voters from the cast of Hamilton.
Text less, vote more. Show everyone what you're against and what you're for. Turn out for her. Midterm. In 2018, ladies, count your husband. It's your turn. Don't let voting.
What is love? 2 hearts, 1 soul, a kiss, a hug, a laugh. It's passion. It's freedom. It's mystery. It's the journey and the destination. It's vows made and promises kept. It's a feeling, a need, no rules. All included, all unlimited. Feed your hunger, quench your thirst, live your dreams. Fulfill, indulge, refresh. Love is all you need. Call 1-800-SIMPLES. Unmistakable Cadillac XT4. Once again, driving is wonderful. Starting under $36,000.
Meet Shark's newest robot vacuum. It powerfully cleans from floors to carpets, even pet hair with ease. And now, for cleaning surfaces above the floor, it comes with a built-in Shark handheld. 1 dock and 2 sharks. The Shark Ion Robot Cleaning System.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but now I can send Measle every day. It tracks and removes the weight that weighs me down, so I feel lighter. Try Metamucil and begin to feel what lighter feels like.
Floss Slash Glam just got real. The Flossie's mascara.
My Aaron enemies are out of heights of
No gaps. For Floss Slash Glam that challenges speed. Never fake, always flawless. The Flossie's mascara, only from Maybelline, New York.
You're feeling the squeeze. Costs are rising. It's hard to keep up. In Washington, one party is calling the shots, and the middle class isn't being heard. We need a new Congress that will cut taxes for the middle class and shield people with pre-existing conditions and protect Social Security and Medicare. Vote for a Democratic Congress, for an economy that works for everyone. Independence USA PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm LeBron James. I'm not even supposed to be here.
Like one of the homies down the street. Yeah.
I remember. It's so much more than a game, and it's a vehicle to push positive social change. Let's use this moment as a call to action. Get him out of here! Get out!
Anybody who's against the status quo, the more real you are, the more inspiring you are.
Sit down, Bill. Sit down.
This is not a bet. It's a revolution in sleep. The new Sleep Number 360 smart beds are on sale now during Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable. It even helps with this. So you wake up ready to put your pedal to the metal. And now during our Veterans Day sale, the Queen Sleep Number 360 C4 smart beds only $12.99. Save $400 plus 24-month financing on all beds. Only for a limited time. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep.
There he is, your new brother-in-law.
Haha! I'm so bad at this game.
Who always smells good. His 5 o'clock shadow is always at 5 o'clock. You like him. Your mom says he's done really well for himself. He has stocks and bonds.
You got viewers on your ARAM game, or your just people on your team?
You like your brother-in-law, but you'd like him better if you made more money than he does. No. Don't get mad at your brother-in-law.
Who's asking you how you type so fast?
People that are reading my text.
Oh.
Girl, Pepto Ultra Coating will treat your stomach right. Try new Pepto with Ultra Coating.
Historic and high-profile race in Georgia just took a remarkable turn. Earlier today, the Office of Secretary of State Brian Kemp, who is also the Republican candidate for governor, announced an investigation into the state Democratic Party after accusations of an attempted hack of Georgia's voter registration system. CNN obtained an email showing voter alerted the Democratic Party hotline about potential vulnerabilities on Georgia's My Voter Information page. Party outlets then asked a cybersecurity expert to evaluate the problem. That expert alerted the Secretary of State's office.
Ah!
So, Kevin, I'll bring you in here because it
He's
sounds
a
like
monster.
they found a potential issue and did exactly what they were supposed to do and turn it over to officials. So why is this thing seen as a...
Well, I'll tell you this about voter registration laws.
He's unstoppable.
They are very complex. And I think this goes to Harry now. So when you see flashpoints like this in the last 48 hours, 72 hours of a very closely fought campaign, it is emblematic of just how tough this race has been. But also, as Harry Anthony mentioned, that this could very well go into a recount. You're going to see combat down there in Georgia over issues like this, district by district, precinct by precinct, for probably the next one.
What do you?
Which is why the Secretary of State who oversees this shouldn't be Secretary of State while he's running for governor. 100%. I've said this many times before. I don't think that should be permitted. The right thing to do would have been to recuse himself, if not resign completely. Because I don't see how anyone can look at this process and say that the integrity of it is not questioned. Especially with how nasty that fight has been. Especially with the racial history of voter suppression in the South. There's just so many things that just don't make it look good for what Republicans are doing, whether it's valid or not. I'm hanging on there. I'm a conservative. I'm hanging on by a thin thread with the Republicans.
Okay, so as a conservative, let's say you're still a
Ah!
What if it was a Democrat who was the Secretary of State and running for governor? What would you do? Would you
Of course. I would say that this is absolutely not okay because you just have too much access to the process and manipulate it in ways that I just don't think are good, whether you do or not. I've been in this game way too long. I'm sorry, I'm a cynic, especially when it comes down to voter recounts and manipulation of the rules. To Kevin's point, it's true. A lot of these states, these voter registration laws are still Byzantine and archaic.
And some of them don't have paper trails.
Yeah, it's crazy. And something else with this office, too. I mean, Kevin, I guess they're just not up to date on technology because this is not the first time that they've kind of had a freak out over something with that. There was a Homeland Security, what they thought was a breach. It was not. It was a Homeland Security person doing a background check on something. And they thought it was somebody else.
Very nice.
I got the market. I haven't had a chance to come here. But isn't that sort of an indictment on Kemp that he is not able to protect the process and
I'm trying to do this mission to win a game with Kai Sai, but I'm not very good with Kai Sai.
How would you look at this?
Right.
The state of Georgia, imagine this was the country of Georgia, right? And we were covering that. And you had the guy running the voting system.
Killer in the Rye.
Claims like this and having this conflict of interest. We would have no hesitation just calling that out as some like.
I no longer have to do that mission.
That is, but this is happening in our country.
So listen, Mark, they're calling it a stunt, right? The Democrats. Do they have a right to call this a stunt, do you think? Party in Georgia.
How about this? We have a right to know all the facts right now, and we haven't seen anything from the Secretary of State other than this initial "we're looking into it" statement. Beyond that, so we deserve the facts. And at some point, perhaps the governor himself needs to step in. I get it; he's a Republican, not necessarily going to be on the side of Stacey Abrams, and certainly doesn't want to embarrass the Republican nominee. But when you have the Secretary of State's office go out and say that 48 hours before Election Day, it seems a little bit murky.
I want to play Stacey Abrams, what she told CNN tonight. Watch.
Now I gotta win a game with an all-female team.
First of all, it's not a real investigation. What has happened is that Brian Kemp once again is trying to cover up for his failures in cybersecurity by blaming someone else.
All females.
The first 4 times he blamed staff, he blamed vendors, and now he's blaming
I need
Democrats.
a team with
But
no
the
male
reality is
characters.
There were imperfections in their system, there were weaknesses and vulnerabilities. They were told about this on Friday, and instead of owning up to the failure and making it right, he decided to blame Democrats. We are not responsible. We have nothing to do with this. And I'm very sad that instead of owning up to his responsibility and honoring his commitment as Secretary of State...
So if I just try and play another game here, you think it'll all just work smoothly, or...?
Yeah, I'm
You're gonna have to redo
to
that
hear
thingy
Democrats sort of trying to say he's doing some funny business, when in reality, I don't see how this helps him. I'm not sure why him announcing this is somehow going to benefit him 3 days before the election. He'd rather be talking about how well the office is run and why he should be governor. And so there isn't any sort of, I think trying to cast aspersions this is nefarious and he should step down because he shouldn't be overseeing this because there could be some funny business. In reality, he's being attacked for not running the office correctly. So it's actually a vulnerability for him. He has to announce that something's going on. You wouldn't want him to have an investigation and just say,
on my thing?
After the election, he has an investigation. He has to tell people.
That's like a super cynical analysis. And the reality is that he has consistently declassified voters.
I gotta pick a character, I only got 38
seconds.
This is a way
to make this be the Democrats' fault. I mean, that's
I don't know who I want to play, though.
saying if Stacey Abrams doesn't win, you know, that we're Democrats aren't going to have a claim on this. You know, I thought Barack Obama.
That's what he said? I thought he said he had an investigation into a potential cyber attack. I didn't say any of that.
He loses. He can Democrats from Democrats.
We're having our own thoughts into what this will be without actually knowing.
No, he specifically said it was from Democrats and that's what the attack was. Look, Barack Obama said something important on the trail today, which I think Republicans need to own up to on a big picture level, which is one party has consistently try to pass laws, do things to get people not to vote, and another party has consistently tried to encourage people voting. And this is going to hang around Republicans' necks if we have massive problems again this year.
I didn't have time.
People, being denied at the polls, not being counted. This is just
hopefully something
it's
came.
One election too many.
Fixed itself.
Listen, I just want to get because I don't want to get too far afield here because this is what CNN has obtained: a series of emails in the Georgia Secretary of State's office that led to them leveling this accusation of hacking. Okay, but the emails included an exchange between the Georgia
now you want to fix the thing? Or what do I do?
By a voter who said he had discovered potential vulnerabilities in the state's voter information page and its online registration system. The emails referred to an attachment that the Secretary of State's office said was computer programming code. The Secretary of State received a chain of emails from the representative of the cybersecurity expert, the Georgia Democratic Party, asked to evaluate potential vulnerabilities. That's it. So they saw it, and they were asked to investigate it. It's not like Democrats were secretly trying to hack into the system, which I think is
just how they made it sound.
The vulnerability is not a
flaw.
Turning it over.
That's right.
What you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
We see this all the time, right?
Yeah.
Hackers, like hackers.
Oh, we got one guy on our team.
Systems to protect the system, right?
Yeah.
That's what this is. Like they're trying to show the Secretary of State there's a problem.
Everyone's secretly the race for Congressman Steve King's House seat is getting close. Could his own party's rebuke of his racism be the reason the Democratic challenger is gaining on?
Now we can describe Newton's law of universal
Ron, something's going on at Schwab.
Oh, really? Thank you. Clients? Well, J.D. Power did just rank them highest in investor satisfaction for full-service brokerage firms.
And online equity trades are only $4.95. I mean, you can't have low cost and be full service.
It's impossible. It's like having your cake and eating it too.
Ask your broker if they offer award-winning full service and low costs.
How am I going to explain this?
If you don't like their answer, ask again at Schwab. Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
Go-to means making tough choices. But when you have high blood pressure and need cold medicine that works fast, the choice is simple. Corseed HBP is the #1 brand that gives powerful cold symptom relief without raising your blood pressure. Corseed HBP.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems
Applebee's new neighborhood pasta. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
If I die tomorrow, do whatever you must.
No, I cannot.
We've just
faith is strongest out in the world. The people are desperate for justice. I have to protect my family. I have no choice.
Whatever course you are charting, I choose you.
We can fight for country. Family. So long as you fight.
Outlaw King, rated R.
Shop 30 styles of flannel at LLB.
A once in 500-year storm should happen every 500 years, right? Fact is, there have been 26 in the last decade.
Damn it.
All state is adapting.
He's running around like a...
to assess home damage soon. And if a flying object damages your car, you can snap a photo and get your claim processed in hours, not days. Plus, all states can pay your claim in minutes. Now that you know the truth. Are you in good hands?
Next Sunday, the final episode of Parts Unknown, a very personal tour of Anthony Bourdain's Lower East Side.
Looking back, was it a golden period? Years.
The final episode, next Sunday at 9 on CNN.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, no wandering the car lot. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
I'm not ready to lose my hair. Not now. But I never thought there was a real solution. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way to keep my hair. And I can get my treatment without leaving the couch. Go to Keeps.com to learn more.
Hi, we're Warby Parker, an eyewear company that offers high-quality glasses starting at $95, including prescription lenses. Our frames are designed in-house and made from premium materials like cellulose acetate and lightweight titanium, and include scratch-resistant and anti-reflective lens coatings. It may sound too good to be true, but we believe glasses can be well-made, stylish, and affordable, and have set out to prove that with every pair. Try 5 frames for free today at warbyparker.com.
Election Night in America. Special live coverage starts Tuesday at 5 on CNN.
Republican Congressman Steve King has served in Congress for almost 16 years, but there are signs tonight that his path to re-election may be rockier than he originally anticipated. Could his history of racist remarks be catching up to him? Let's discuss now. Tara, I know you know him, right?
Yeah.
So I want you, he put out a TV ad in this campaign.
Frisco biscuits.
I grew up in Iowa. Started with a rusted out dozer. I've lived in the same house 40 years. I know most of you agree our country is slipping away. Well, I think it's worth fighting for. No matter whose toes have to be stepped on to make it right. If that's okay with you, I sure appreciate your vote.
No matter whose toes have stepped on to make it right.
We're evaluating this from Washington, D.C. It's very effective in Iowa. I've been to his district. I worked with Steve King's office closely when I worked in Capitol Hill because I worked on immigration directly, and he's an immigration hawk. I'm very disappointed in the language that Steve King's been using over the years. It's not acceptable. It's not necessary to do that. It starts becoming more difficult to explain away, which is unfortunate. But Steve King's going to win that district. But what's interesting, though, I sit on the board of Stand Up Republic, and our organization has put money into his opponent's race. Well, not directly, but we're against Steve King because we think that that what he represents is not good for Republicans moving forward. And his opponent has raised a lot of money. He put in $1.4 million and had several television ads going up, which is what made this race a bit more competitive than in the past. And I think yes. And I think that's the first TV ad that's run.
That's my next question. This first TV ad.
Yeah.
What is this? What does this say about him? Because maybe he had been taking it for granted.
Oh, of course. And like I said, even outside groups like ours, Stand Up Republic, has put money into this race where in the past Steve King's district was something that was not competitive. I mean, I think Donald Trump won that district by 20-something points last time around. So it goes to show you, and it's very rare that you see like the head of the NRCC come out and say, this is not acceptable, what Steve King has done and the language he's used. Republican on Republican criticism at that level is not, it's unusual.
That's fear about what he's done. The guy just went out of his way to endorse essentially a neo-Nazi candidate.
Right, yeah.
Toronto mayoral race. Like, who the hell cares about Toronto?
Met with nationalists,
that's why that ad, in a way.
These guys were in America, they'd be Republicans.
Yeah, that's why the ad, I think, in a way, is a rebuke not just to his Democratic opponent, but also a rebuke to the Republican leadership, because he's probably pissed at them for abandoning him. And, you know, I have to give them a little bit of credit here for distancing themselves from his work. Well, the key test is going to be, you know, if he gets reelected, whether he gets, you know, power and welcome back and how that goes. And I think that that will be the test of the Republican leadership.
No. You're absolutely right here. You know, we sit here and we sit around the table and we try to extrapolate what's going on in America, and we try to see it through the eyes of voters, right? Well, guess what? This is democracy, and this is the ugly state of democracy. And there are people in Northwest Iowa that want Steve King to be in Congress. As awful as all of us here think it is, that when we push it forward and do. That is what this country was created. People want him out of office, right? If they support him so much, then they've got to vote him out of office in Northwest Iowa. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's reality.
I wonder if people in Northwest Iowa even know about like how much.
Dave, the Sioux City newspaper has, for the first time, has not endorsed him.
Yep.
I was there in August, and the thing that struck me about that district is Steve King, what is he known most for, right? He's known for his anti-immigration views, right? He wants all undocumented citizens out of this country, all undocumented immigrants. That district is a rural, obviously, farming district. All of the farms, the dairy farms, corn, whatever you're doing out there, relies on undocumented immigrants. But if Steve King's immigration views were actually implemented, his entire district economically would be gone. And yet they support him cycle after cycle. So you have to sort of figure out that puzzle of why voters who have that disconnect still like this guy.
It's always surprising to me when small business owners and farmers say that, and then you visit them and like a lot of their workers, if not most of them, are undocumented people out there, you know, doing the crops and so on.
Cognitive dissonance. But Kevin made a good point about another district in Iowa and how where Trump's popularity has taken a hit because of the tariffs over there, which I thought was an interesting.
I tell you, I haven't been to Sioux City in a long time, but I have been there. There are good people there, but they are essentially, and I think Steve King is a reflection of a lot of the views there. You have to remember, folks out in Iowa's northwest, district of where Steve King, they don't really care about the whole of people in Washington.
Right.
All right, and they send.
They're a lot nicer
as an ambassador for their ideas, their principles, and their conservative cultural views. But yeah, on the other side of Iowa, in Iowa 1, that's a race where another farm-rich district where the tariffs have had a very bad effect on the economy. And at a time where we see booming economic numbers, folks there feel like they're worse off than they were in 2016. And as a result, you have a congressman there in that district who won by 10, a district that Trump won by 4 points to be re-elected in 2016 by 10 points in a race that's going down to the wire.
Well, this is, I'm glad you said that. You can continue talking. I just want to put this up and tell you. That's why his opponent won this in one. J.D. Schultz and Chris Haas in the district, RD, right? That's featuring King's district, rather. Has been telling voters that King is ignoring the district and it's time for moral leadership. So there you go.
Well, it's the point that all politics is local, and this is a perfect example of that.
I lived in the same house for 40 years. I would love that.
Not to around the city.
But it also,
I can't eat here. I gotta go. I can't make a living doing what I want to do.
I mean, I
wish I could do that.
It's so true, and I do think that it argues, though, in this case, you probably get primary because the cultural conservative is not you know, is not automatically a racist and a neo-Nazi. And you know, they're to the extent that the Republican Party embraces this kind of extremism, that it brings everybody down, and it allows us to have more and more arguments against them. So, you know, that's one of those. Even if the Democrat wins, my guess is they'll get it.
Right.
You know,
Stick around, everyone. Mike is off the line. We're going to talk about the women behind President Trump, who his female supporters are, and why they love him.
We can't do it. I'm telling you, it can't be done.
We are doing it. It's a done deal. For $40, T-Mobile is offering unlimited and the awesome iPhone XR for every line. So they get the new iPhone XR and the plan for $45.
New iPhone XR? That's banana. What's with the monkey head, Fred? Where's your remote?
My kid's been playing with my iPhone. A monkey.
Salon Pass. We're the world leader in medicinal pain patches. Our latest innovation, Salon Pass Lidocaine, using hydrogel-based technology with the maximum strength lidocaine you can buy without a prescription. Salon Pass Lidocaine. Nothing is proven stronger or more effective against pain.
Heartburn and gas? Fight both fast. Tums Chewy Bite Food Gas Relief. All-in-one relief of heartburn and gas. Tums Chewy Bite Food Gas Relief.
It's easy to shrink into your own little world. Especially these days.
I think it's here.
Especially at this age.
Where are we going?
It's a big, beautiful world out there. Sometimes you just need a little help seeing it.
Presenting the all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
This place isn't for me.
The last place is pretty good.
I don't like this whole thing.
I think we can do better.
Change is hard. I can keep open. Come on, Dad.
This is for me, son?
Principal, would you help me pay for that?
I do like that. Pistachio. 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 We can make this happen. Watch. Next one. Pistachio. Wait now. Pistachio. A country divided. A critical election. A crucial question. Who will win the chance to shape America's future? 36 governorships, 35 Senate races, 435 House races. This election night, the stakes could not be higher, and the only place to watch is CNN. Election Night in America. Special live coverage starts Tuesday at 5 on CNN.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. An iPad worth $505 was sold for less than $24, a PlayStation 4 for less than $16, and a Schultz 4K television for less than $2.
I want these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Not getting enough cash back with that credit card?
Turn to the nerds.
Want to invest that bonus?
Turn to the nerds.
Looking for the perfect mortgage?
Turn to the nerds.
Oops, sorry about that. Hey there, need a travel rewards card?
Turn.
Auto loan?
2.
Want a lower interest rate?
The nerds.
The experts at NerdWallet make it easy to make smart money moves. Compare credit cards, mortgages, savings accounts, and more at nerdwallet.com.
How do you feel when someone is looking over your shoulder? Not all snoopers can be seen. Cyber criminals can steal your sensitive information. Hackers can intercept your data on public Wi-Fi. But not with the NordVPN app. It helps protect your privacy by encrypting your online data, and it's so easy to use. NordVPN, your shield from online snoopers. Download and enjoy trusted internet security and privacy. Day, tomorrow morning starting at 6 Eastern on CNN.
it might. There'll be a test if everybody home. Okay, so Tara, I want to ask you about this. So check out this New York Times headline. It says, at Trump rallies, women see a hero protecting a way of life. Why do you think President Trump, the president, with so many real qualified as true, so many white men?
I read that article too, and I thought the same thing. And it came across to me as there seems to be a significant amount of daddy issues going on here. I mean, they talk about it. I don't care because I'm being honest, okay? These women out of their own mouths said there was a certain paternalistic aspect to Donald Trump. Another woman said that she is obsessed with him because he's going to protect her. So these are things that are coming out, and it's something about that dynamic that has drawn these kinds of women to Donald Trump. That's concerning to me because I don't think that that's a healthy perspective. But you could say the same thing about some folks who felt the Messiah complex with Barack Obama. People seem to be attracted to people that they think are going to save them or protect them, which is why Donald Trump is using the immigration issue and demagoguing that as a I'm going to protect you. And women want security. Now, Kevin and Mike can attest to this, that, the security moms used to be a demographic that Republicans catered to during the Bush years after 9/11. But it wasn't a demagoguing issue the way that Donald Trump is doing it, and it wasn't a daddy issue either the way it is with Trump. Very strange.
To keep people safe?
Yes, but you see how people are, when they're looking for something, if there's a void to fill, they will fill it with something or someone. And that's the cult of personality.
I was actually surprised by the accused Python. That Python said similar things about the president. Okay, Mike. The Times piece on women at Trump rallies says, in part, many women believe the president when he reminds them during each of his hour-long Trump rallies that the world they knew, largely Christian, conservative, and white, is at stake on Tuesday. Is that what's motivating many Trump supporters, especially women?
Well, there is a cultural fight going on in the country. And this is what we've been talking about in the last hour with watching Obama go out on the campaign trail. We're talking about it in Iowa. And look, one of the things that I find remarkable about politics now, we really saw this in the Kavanaugh fight, is how sort of disempowered conservative women get. And I'm married to a very strong conservative woman. She can tell you this all the time in terms of our media, Glamour magazine, Hollywood, television shows decide what women's issues are, and they tend to be from the left. And there are millions of conservative women who are smart enough to see past maybe some of the things they might disagree with the president on, but actually want a president who is strong, agree with him on the policies of military expansion, tax cuts and business. They're smart enough to make those decisions, and they're trying to narrowcast them into some sort of women care about these things from the left, except for these crazy Trump women who somehow are for this guy that we can't understand, only further push those women over to this side. And what I find quite often is that there are women Trump supporters that I talk to who started off saying, I may not agree with some of the things he says. Then they watch panels on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and they see people sort of shoving them over into a place, and they see the president being criticized, and go, you know what? I'm more for him than I ever was.
But just a little pushback here. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah, well,
just because
I know, I just gave some.
But people cannot sit in their spaces, when people call it an echo chamber, right? Sometimes you do learn things from people who are not necessarily in your environment. Sometimes you are too close to it. And I noticed that on the left and on the right.
That's true. Undoubtedly. Add something real quick to what Blake just said, because this is one of the amazing things about politics and elections overall. If you want to go into a store, you can buy a Pepsi and Coke. But when you walk into a voting booth, you can only choose one. And one of the things that was most powerful in having some of these women support Donald Trump was that they had qualified the alternative. And I can't tell you, anecdotally, empirically, how many Republican voters, women voters, that I just couldn't vote for Hillary. And so much of what the appeal now is to try to get those voters back has been lacking. And that's where Donald Trump has found support from these women, which is that they just did not want to. They were ready to vote for Donald Trump because they didn't want to vote. But I got to hear from the woman, another one.
Look, first of all, let's not kid ourselves. Actually, Donald Trump has 60% disapproval from women overall, including white women. So there's not a huge consistency there. However, white women Republicans will be white women Republicans ultimately in key votes. And I think that is not going to change by virtue of Donald Trump. But the idea that somehow, white men should be going out and telling conservative women, you know what, you shouldn't worry about a guy who, grabs women by their and, sexually harasses and does
Hillary, what's your
that your tax cut and your military defense is more important. Really, the way to deal with this would be for everybody to actually care about women's lives, mostly, not focus on the division.
We got another block for this. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about young voters as well, surging in early polling. We'll be right back.
Capital One Saver Card. Earn 4% cash back on dining and 4% on entertainment. Now when you go out, keep cashing in. What's in your wallet?
Life happens everywhere, like it never even happened. Only happens here. The cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com.
Newest robot vacuum. It powerfully cleans from floors to carpets, even pet hair with ease. And now, for cleaning surfaces above the floor, it comes with a built-in Shark handheld. 1 dock, 2 sharks. The Shark Ion robot cleaning system.
Fidelity is redefining value for investors. Introducing zero account fees for brokerage accounts. And zero minimums to open an account. We have Fidelity mutual funds with zero minimum investment. And now, only Fidelity offers 4 zero expense ratio index funds directly to investors. Because when you invest with Fidelity, all those zeros really add up.
Now, naturally defined brows at last. New Texture Brow Tan Pen from Maybelline New York. Multi-prong tip, draws hair like strokes. For naturally defined brows at 24 hours. Maybelline's New Texture Brow Tan Pen. Only from Maybelline New York.
There's a couple things I'd like to say. Needed you in the dead of night. I wish that the day first broke in light, I'd follow you. Never realized how much I need.
Comfort. What we deliver. By delivering.
This is an insurance commercial. Well, let's be honest.
Nobody likes dealing with insurance, which is why Insurance hired me, Dennis Quaid, as their spokesperson, because apparently I'm highly likable. See, they know it's confusing.
I really have no idea what I'm getting, Dennis Quaid.
That's why they're making it simple, and a cafe, and more affordable.
Thank you, Dennis Quaid.
You're welcome.
That's a prop out.
I tell you more, but I only have 30 seconds, so here's a dramatic shot of their tagline so you'll remember it.
Insurance. It's surprisingly painless.
Your mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist move to another treatment, ask if Xeljanz XR is right for you. Xeljanz XR is a once-daily pill for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well enough. It can reduce pain, swelling, and further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Xeljanz XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz XR if you have an infection, tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common, and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Don't let another morning go by without talking to your rheumatologist about Xeljanz XR.
Well, that's pretty well.
As you can hear, the conversation continues. Kevin and Hillary are still debating the last.
So the audience knows I won.
Millions of Americans have already cast their ballots in early voting, and data shows that a lot of them are young, first-time voters. So, Mark, that's always a Democratic pipe dream about young voters turnout, but is that seem to be a reality?
Look, in a couple races, it could be consequential, specifically in Florida, specifically in Georgia, specifically if they can be younger African-American voters who don't normally vote, then they could have a big impact on the election. We don't know what's going to happen with younger voters. Like, we need to look at the data after the fact. What is heartening to see, though, is that early voting numbers have increased from what we've seen over past years, and as all Americans, we want to see.
Music mogul and entrepreneur Diddy endorsing Stacey Abrams and Andrew Gillum. He released this video yesterday.
I'm so proud to endorse Andrew Gillum, who will become the first black governor of Florida. It's not just because he's black, it's because he's the best man for the job. He's running a campaign for the people. I've spoken to him at length. I believe in him, his ideas, his focus, what he stands for.
There are a lot of people who are turning out. Hillary, Stacey Abrams, for Stacey Abrams, John Legend as well, and a lot of people in the South, as you know.
Oprah.
So, do these big endorsements, do they translate into votes?
No, they translate into crowds. They translate into some increased registration early in the cycle. But look, if celebrity endorsements mattered, Hillary Clinton would be president today because there was such an overwhelming thing. But there are some promising signs, particularly with young people. There is a 25% increase in voter registration among 18 to 25-year-olds in Florida. And I credit the Parkland kids for having done that. Whether they go to vote, Mark is exactly right. I don't know. I don't think they're going to go because Diddy's asking them to. I think they're going to go, Andrew Gillum is inspiring them, and they care about issues like gun control.
It would be great if they actually just turn out and vote, regardless of who they're going to vote for, because you need to be involved in the political process. Just quickly, though, and races are closed, Kevin, do you think that this demographic can make a difference?
Only if they are broader and efforts to engage them. I think if you're in this last 48 hours, trying to cover your tracks and get out younger voters, I think that you probably, and you don't have enough of them right now, you're probably not enough in the last one. But if it's been something that you've been doing the entire campaign, it'll make a big difference.
Thanks everybody who's dressed up and came in, except for Mike Fields, who was
Ain't Obama had the same blue shirt.
Your bros.
I modeled my work.
He took his jacket off and rolled up his sleeves so much.
Thanks, everyone. Before we leave you tonight, I just want to talk about an American hero, the people of North Ogden, Utah, mourning their mayor, Brent Taylor. He was killed Saturday in Afghanistan. Taylor was a major in the Utah Army National Guard and served 4 tours in both Iraq and Afghanistan. He kept in touch with his family and friends in Utah through social media, telling everybody how inspired he was by elections in Afghanistan and from halfway around the world. Brent Taylor was encouraging Americans to vote on Tuesday. In his final Facebook post, he wrote this. He says, "As the USA gets ready to vote in our own election next week, I hope everyone back home exercises their precious right to vote. And that whether the Republicans or the Democrats win, that we all remember that we have far more as Americans that unites us than divides us. United we stand, divided we fall. God bless America." Major Brent Taylor leaves behind his wife, Jeannie, and 7.
Check out some food. Enjoy your lunch. Explore more with a guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout at over 1,000 fine hotels and resorts. It's another way we've got your back. The Platinum Card from American Express. You'll live life without it.
We got the biggest Subaru to help bring our family together. Even though we're generations apart.
What is that? I just love those kids.
Presenting the all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
At T-Mobile, $40 gets you an unlimited plan and a new Samsung Galaxy S9 included forever in line. This is what you get with your $40 plan at Verizon. Recap: with T-Mobile, you get this. 4 lines, 4 phones for $40. With Verizon, you get this. The choice just got a whole lot more obvious. Get more because you deserve it. Only at T-Mobile.
Being a good father is important to me. So being diagnosed with advanced non-small cell lung cancer made me think of all the things that I wanted to teach my kids.
Another true story with Keytruda.
My doctor said I could start on Keytruda, so I did. With each scan, things just got better.
In a clinical study, Keytruda offered patients a longer life than chemotherapy, and it could be your first treatment. Keytruda is for adults with non-small cell lung cancer that has spread, who test positive for PD-L1, and whose tumors do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. It's the immunotherapy with the most FDA-approved uses for advanced lung cancer. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work. This can happen anytime during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you experience new or worsening cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, nausea or vomiting, rapid heartbeat, constipation, changes in urine, changes in eyesight, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, confusion or memory problems, fever, rash, itching, or flushing, as this may keep these problems from becoming more serious. These are not all possible side effects of Keytruda. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, or lung, breathing, or liver problems.
Before I think of the stuff I might miss. But now with Keytruda, we have hope.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
When the stakes are this high, you need names you can trust. Blitzer, Tapper, Bash, Cuomo, Henderson, King, Borger, Lemon, Cooper. Election night in America. Special live coverage starts Tuesday at 5 on CNN.
The original idea for this commercial was to show you how these Warby Parker glasses were made. But we got held up on this beautiful shot of them getting hand polished. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses.
Yay! I want a game!
WarbyParker.com. Okay, there's this other thing we do. It's called a hinge test. And well, you get the point. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at WarbyParker.com.
Are the credit cards in your wallet actually the best ones for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through hundreds of credit cards to find the top cards for balance transfer, travel, earning rewards, and other perks. Using your unique info to narrow the search, NerdWallet makes it easy to find credit cards that work.